What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve.
I'm Lindsay.
Today we're going to be reacting to the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition from 1999. Now, I don't really know what this is, but this has been suggested to me pretty much since the start of this channel.
The beginning of time.
Yes, the beginning of time. Now, I've had this in the bookmarks forever, but I've recently noticed a number of people in the comments starting to bring up this topic again. And so I thought it was time that we finally dive in and check out what the Royal Navy Field Gun Competition is. Now, I also know that something happened in 1999. It says not the last here, but I don't know where I've heard this or read this or something, but something seemed to have changed in 1999 to where it was basically the ending of an era or something. Let us know in the comments, guys, what it means by not the last, but also what I'm thinking of in terms of what happened as 1999 being the last of something about this competition, because obviously it's not the last of the competition because it would say that, but say not the last, but something changed in 1999. I have no idea what it is though.
90s were good times.
90s were good times, man. Man, you can tell this is from the 90s.
Yeah,
Man.
the quality.
Are those cannons
It looks like it.
they're carrying on them? Okay, so this, I guess all three of these
The
groups.
traditional march on to Hearts of Oak, and the line from it, "Come cheer up, my lads, 'tis to glory we steer," seems particularly apposite tonight. He's had the role for 17 years, and Lieutenant Commander Ken Mathers takes charge of the last run of a competition which has been part of the Royal Tournament since 1907. And the last 36 of some 15,000 men who've taken part in this trial of strength, verve, determination, sheer guts, prepare to give their all.
Hold on, did you say 1907?
Is when this part of at least competition was.
Is that when this competition like fully got to start? Wow, that was, at this point it was 92 years, and I don't know exactly what's going on now, but like I'm guessing.
I don't even know what it is though.
I'm not sure.
Is it different?
I want to go back just a
Italians,
second to
whatever
kind
they're
of just rehear that and see if I pick up anything. And he was talking about somebody who was leading something 17 years, some guy or something. I don't really know what that was talking about either.
107. And the last 36 of some 15,000 men who've taken part in this trial of strength, verve,
15,000.
determination, sheer guts, prepare to give their all. The atmosphere is tingling, the tension palpable in the crowd as well as down there on the arena. Now come the two trainers to report they're ready. Petty Officer Mac McShane of the Fleet Air Arm, Chief Petty Officer Pat Patilla of Portsmouth. Each has had the run 6 times, and they can hardly make themselves heard in the noise.
Oh my
The
gosh,
thunder
what is
flash lit,
happening?
And they'll be off at the bang.
What is going on?
First to the
Oh!
home.
Are they cannon
They round
racing?
it, and then everything has to come over the top of it. Neck and neck at the opening.
Oh my
And they go then
goodness.
forward to the
What?
home.
What?
A 28-foot spar
Oh!
with the sheer legs.
I didn't expect that.
We'll get across the 28-foot, supposedly bottomless pit. Up goes the spar with the
What
sheer legs.
in the world?
Who's over first?
Whoa!
It's Portsmouth's
Whoa!
first to land a man.
Dude!
Now in goes the 10-foot spar on the enemy ramp. The wires are established, and here come the men and wheels on the Traveller.
What is happening?
Wheels
Whoa!
120 pounds
Dude!
each.
120 pounds
The
each?
gun carriage will be next.
Wow.
350 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely nothing in it at the moment. Here's the barrel. Over 900 pounds.
Oh
Down it goes into the
my
carriage.
goodness!
Now the other wheels, they call
I am
them
in
the speedy
shock.
wheels because they're taken straight to the hole in the enemy wall, and everything has to go through there. The limber last to arrive. That's just 345 pounds.
Adjust.
Gun and the carriage going through, and the Fleet Air Arm have gained time here. They're ahead of Portsmouth. They get to the enemy line where they have to fire 3 rounds.
Oh
Limber
my
must
gosh.
arrive there in time. Everybody kneeling. Definitely the Fleet Air Arm just ahead. Had a moment to catch the breath before the run back. Empty
run
cartridges away,
back.
and the thoughts of the men who inspired this race with the carrying of naval guns to help relieve Ladysmith from the Boers a century ago.
Wow. All right, before they continue, I just wanted to stop and say that was not what I was expecting.
This is not what I was expecting at all.
I didn't know what I was expecting at first. I just noticed the guys were there and they were pulling this cannon behind them, and I'm
they
like,
literally disassembled it and
that's what it
made different apparatuses or apparati. I don't know how
yeah,
the is.
And that's very heavy.
Yeah, and somehow rigged it to get it all across.
Okay, he was just saying something, and I couldn't quite understand what he was talking about, but it sounds like this tradition started because of something 100 years before. So I'm not really sure. Guys, I want to go back just like 10 seconds or so, see if I can pick that up again and see what he was saying. Let's go back to about here.
I'm just ahead. Had a moment to catch the breath before the run back. Empty cartridges away, and the thoughts of the men who inspired this race with the carrying of naval guns to help relieve Ladysmith from the Boers a century ago. Must be a million miles away.
I'm not sure.
They came from HMS Powerful and Terrible. Well, who's feeling what now? And the times, 1 minute 25.66 for Portsmouth, 1:23.8 for the Fleet Air Arm. They're up by 1.86 seconds, no penalty points. The bugler sounds retire, wait for the G note. And it'll be over the enemy wall this time.
Oh, goodness!
Slightly increasing their lead. That's been a good
Wow.
This is amazing.
First wheels.
What a well-oiled machine, I would just say.
Seriously, look at that guy with his neck just...
Traveller comes in. Every man doing his job, and that's
Wow.
what is absolutely vital.
You have to work flawlessly
Over
together.
now comes the barrel, and that'll be slung under the sheer legs to await the carriage. Portsmouth are catching up. They may even have gone slightly ahead.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine getting
Oh my
hit by one of
goodness!
those
Oh my goodness, that was crazy.
Very, very little in it. But I still think Portsmouth have moved up a little bit. It's in under the gun. The last two wheels come.
Wow.
And now they wait for the man called the Flying Angel, who comes with a 10-foot spar. And down will crash the sheer legs. They get to the gun. They've got to be all needing 3 more runs to fire. It's so, so close. And we're having the cracking final run that history demanded.
Wow.
Just the home run remains. Just, how dare I? And they wait at the home wall through which everything this time must go. And Portsmouth have closed the gap. 0.6 of a second divides the two teams.
Oh my goodness.
They were faster on the run back, 59.81 to 1 minute 1:07. Still no penalty points. Everyone now poised for the last notes from bugler Jesse James.
Dude, that's heavy right there, too.
The ceasefire. And through the wall they go.
Oh my gosh, they have to do it
goodness.
again?
It's put together again. Away go Portsmouth, but Fleet have the slightly tighter turn, and I think they're going to do it. It's the action across the line, and it does so now.
Oh, wow!
It's over. They run down and wait for the official result.
Dang.
What a race.
Wow, what a race is right.
But as they come back, the crowd are on their feet.
Yes, for
They're
real.
being given a wonderful reception.
That was impressive.
Very much so.
Well, the field gunners call for public support. And my heaven, they're certainly getting it.
Is it? No,
If
that's
the
just the
final
look.
night crowd is a fair judge, the popular vote demands that this race should live on.
The final chapter.
by Portsmouth Field Gun. Wow.
Wow, so it was
The
like
youngster
something
calls
last.
for more applause, and it's enough to take grown men close to tears.
Wow.
The final running times, Portsmouth 2 minutes 46.68 seconds. The Fleet Air Arm 2 minutes 45.71. No seconds added for penalty points. The Fleet Air Arm have won the last run by 0.9 of a second.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy how close it was.
This was amazing.
That was beautiful. I want to know what the history is there. What was the purpose in starting this? Like, they mentioned a couple of names, like I think it might have been cities or like certain.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was trying to understand it, but I just don't have the context.
Without the context, we don't know. But
this was incredible.
I'm assuming tribute to memorial or something to.
And obviously, based off that little banner they held up at the end, this was the last of something like what I heard. But obviously not the last completely. Like, it seems like maybe they still have something going on with this competition, but something changed.
Maybe there was enough, like, public outrage over the fact that it was going to end and they brought it back or something.
Let us know in the comments, guys. I love this.
Yeah,
this is the type of thing that I really love checking out. If you have any recommendations for things like this, please let us know in the comments. This was just awesome. It was totally different from what I expected. I didn't really know what to expect, but I had no idea. Like, these guys, like you said, were a well-oiled machine. Like that,
you gotta know your place and be there at the exact moment you need.
And you got that. I don't know what you call that metal thing that's carrying the hook or whatever. That thing is probably heavy, and you got to make sure you're out of the way when that thing's flying.
Yeah, I get hit in the head by that.
Everybody's got to be in the exact position. This was very impressive.
Yeah, it was.
And props to them. And it's amazing that they were so close. What was it? 0.9 seconds. That's amazing. But yeah, I'm so glad everybody that's recommended this suggested we check this out, and I'm very thankful for the people that's mentioned it lately.
Yeah.
That finally brought it back to my attention.
That was really cool.
Yeah, very much so. All right, guys, so before we ended this video, we decided we wanted to check out what the field gun competition is and what it means.
About.
Yeah. The Royal Navy's Command Field Gun Competition was a contest between teams from a number of Royal Navy commands in which teams of sailors compete to transport a field gun and its equipment over and through a series of obstacles in the shortest time. I gathered that.
Yeah, I gathered that part.
After we got started. The competition evolved during the early years of the 20th century. It was held annually at the Royal Tournament in London solely as a public display and as recruitment purposes 1907 till 1999, apart from the periods during the World Wars. Okay, so
it was used to entice recruitment?
I can see that working.
I could too, because it's a really cool show of strength, and like a young guy especially, I could see him, wow, I want to be a part of that.
Yes,
cool.
it kind of gives me that, like, oh, I want to be a part of that brotherhood. I want to be a part of that unity and be representing my country in this way. I totally see that being a recruitment purpose. Is that the only reason for it? A similar command field gun is still being run by civilians. It sounds like what we just checked out was the actual last official one. But they've got some civilians that do this on a yearly basis, I guess. I wish they hadn't got rid of this.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It is. I wonder why you would get rid of it.
I kind of want to watch some other ones. I want other years of this.
The Brickwoods Field Gun Competition also started in 1907 after the Brickwoods Brewery donated a magnificent trophy to the Royal Navy.
The competition involving no obstacles and run on a flat track continues to be competed for an annual basis at HMS. I mean, I think that's cool too. Probably, but like the obstacles really made this a lot of fun to watch. They having to fly through the air,
especially when you don't know that's what's happening at first.
Some of that stuff he's saying is what I forgot which part. Did he say 900 pounds or something?
And
that was like was that the actual
body of it,
barrel, or I don't know, but guys, this was really cool, really cool. The origins of field gun competition lie in the Second Boer War in South Africa. The legendary story tells of the siege of the British garrison in Ladysmith in 1899. In support of the British Army, the Royal Navy landed guns, and powerful to help the relief of the siege, the Navy Brigade transported guns over difficult terrain and brought them into actions against.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they carried them piece by piece into the battlefield, basically.
So they had to carry them a long way. One story tells us they was carrying one of the 12 powder guns for 2 miles after one of the wheels collapsed. So this is obviously okay. So it is for about recruitment, or was about recruitment, but it got its start because it was to kind of honor and commemorate these men that did this heavy lifting, so to speak, of carrying these guns in the battle up to 2 miles.
Wow.
Okay, so that totally makes sense. Why this took place then.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. I love it, guys. I absolutely love this sort of thing. I think you really like this stuff too.
I'm glad we got to see it.
Yes. Anyways, guys, enough rambling from us. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey to discover anything and everything about the UK and Ireland. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.